All right, guys, we're back on this camera. It's been so long since we recorded a video like this. It was like back at our old house when we were doing mukbangs. Do you remember the days of doing mukbangs, Brittany? So Summer's here because she was being naughty. I'll put her down once we start getting into it. But what we're doing is yesterday we were watching this show that we watched called Rescue High Surf. To be honest, we kind of hate watch the show. Like I
mean, I like it, but
yeah.
it's just...
It's like good and bad.
Cringe.
Like there's parts of it that are so cringe, and it's a good show. Like it's worth watching, I think, but we just cringe so hard. And this was a moment that was so bad that I was like, Brittany, we gotta break this down. And I think actually I want to go redo all of the stuff that happens in this scene. I want to go recreate this. Brittany's gonna rescue me.
No, I'm getting a hole in your bin.
Okay, just. You guys are gonna have to see what happens. So I'm gonna play it and we're gonna like pause as we go. Do you have anything else to talk about?
More background?
Okay,
really
so Rescue High Surf is a show about the North Shore lifeguards here in Hawaii, and in this scene, some guys were out spearfishing and then one of them drowned. Okay,
he just literally blacked out when he was in the middle of diving down, and it had already showed him diving all the way to the bottom and like exploring and whatever, and then he dives down again and he's like partway down and he just chooses to black out. It's very strange. So random, and he was only underwater for like 20 seconds maybe, and yeah, it was just really weird. So then obviously they get rescued, the point of the show, and so then we're reacting to the rescue of this. Okay. So what we're seeing now is the guy is like looking at all these fish and stuff, and there's like moo down there, and I'm like, bro, pull the trigger. Like those are a bunch of good to eat fish. Okay, yeah, go over. Well, I'll show them this part that you were just explaining. So he just blacked out right there, and then the dive buddy is like, oh dang, my friend blacked out. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go down and get him. So he starts to swim down to go get him. And I can tell by watching that this is like 30 feet deep. Like it's really not that deep. And he's literally right there. Britt, are you seeing this? He's holding the guy. Like, why would you give up? Wait, why are you doing all this?
Like, just pull the guy.
Yeah, when he dove down to try to rescue him, he's acting like he just dove 100 feet.
Yeah, and it was like also, you had the guy in your hand.
If you're a freediver, you should know if you're rescuing someone, you take off their weight belt, he would just float right up.
Yeah. So that was so frustrating. So then he calls for the lifeguards to come up, and
they're not actually on duty. They were just like sitting on the beach eating lunch.
Yeah. And so the lifeguard jumps in, whatever. This is like kind of standard. Like this part
this
of
guy
lifeguarding
that's doing the rescue
real.
is supposed to be what is his title?
The chief.
He's like the head of all the lifeguards.
Yeah.
So he's
so
like
main,
the best,
number one, best lifeguard. And then he goes up and he's like,
give me your dive gear and give me your spear.
Yeah.
And we were both like, why does he need his spear?
Yeah, why does he need the spear? Weird. We were freaking out about that.
Because you just dive down and rescue the guy. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. So he goes down.
He goes down like halfway.
Okay. He's going down and he's got the gun loaded. And I'm like, don't shoot the guy. He's already drowned.
Yeah, we were like, at this point we were so confused.
And he goes halfway, and then the spear gun is so weird. I've never seen a gun like that before. I don't know how that would even shoot.
And then he shoots his freaking fin, and we were like, no way did he just do that. Like, you're a lifeguard and you can't dive down to the bottom to save somebody. You have to dive down halfway and shoot his fin, and then reel him in.
So they're reeling the guy in right now. Hey Vince, help me out here, mate. So another thing about this show.
Look. Okay. His legs like, ugh.
Yeah. This poor guy, like how did all four of them who could swim well enough to be out here go, oh yeah, this is reasonable. We should put this on TV.
Yeah, and the second lifeguard comes out to help, and it's just, there's two lifeguards. And so if you're spearfishing, normally you know how to free dive like decently well.
Yeah. Like your dive buddy should be able to rescue you just by themselves. That's the whole point of having a dive buddy. And like, yeah, I go and do some crazy stuff. Oh, I should stop. So this part right here, he did take the mask off and blow on his face. That's the one correct thing that they did.
But in other episodes, they've rescued freedivers and left their mask on the entire time until they leave to shore. And that's like, I learned that when I was working on a boat. You always take their mask off. Yeah, and so like, this was just so crazy to us that they would do that. And like, so they, you know, everything always works out in this show. That somebody on the production side of this thought that was a good idea because why can't they just dive down and save him? He already blacked out for a dumb reason, so it's already dumb on that part. But then they were like, they must have been like, let's make this more exciting than a regular rescue, so he's gonna take the spear gun and shoot his foot. But like, this guy is supposed to be a local that did that, like.
So something that drives me crazy about this show that has not been addressed everywhere is that the chief guy is not local, and he seems like he's supposed to be local, but then he has like a little bit of a New Zealander accent, and it's like really hard for me to suspend my belief or disbelief, whatever, when I'm watching it, because I'm like, bro, like, you're from New Zealand, like, just act like that, like, just be a New Zealander, it's okay. And so yeah, that kind of drives me crazy, but this was just like there's a lot of like cringy stuff in this show that happens. Like pretty much every episode has something that's cringeworthy.
But that was just like, I wish that we filmed our real reactions when we watched it, because we were like going so crazy. Funny. We were like, Summer, you don't want to be in the video? Okay, you can't go get the shell though.
It's like she has all of her toys she can play with, and the only thing she wants to do is play with this one shell that we have on display.
She's actually never touched before.
Yeah, normally she leaves it alone. Okay, she found the pacifier. Now she'll be good. Yeah, so if you guys are looking for a new show to check out, not that I feel like I need to advertise this show, but if you're looking for something cringeworthy, check it out.
It might not be cringeworthy if you
I wonder if it's just because we live here.
Ocean and surfing and freediving and all the things.
Yeah. So if you're like an ocean person and you watch this, you'll be like, come on, nobody would do that. Like there's just so many things. I'm still stuck on the fact that he shot his fin. Like, why would you not just dive down? Yeah. So the reenactment that I want to make, I want to do like, I want to show the right way that they should have done. No, you don't have to shoot my fin, because
we were all making jokes after he shot his fin. We were like, oh, sorry, mate. You got a hole in your fin now. You can't.
Sorry, mate. You've got a hole in your fin now. Yeah, like anytime he does anything, I'm like impersonating him, but with the strongest Kiwi accent that I can. It's probably terrible, but yeah, I'm just like, come on, bro. And then yeah, when he shot the fin, it looked like it pierced it so hard that it would be like stuck to the reef, and it would be like, oh, sorry, we can't save him now because he's stuck to the reef. We gotta shoot him again, but in his body this time. That way we can actually reel him in. Like,
but I think you would only have to hold your breath for 30 seconds to save that guy. And in a situation like that, the dive buddy should have been like, the dive buddy, his adrenaline should have been going, and like,
well, which would make it a little bit harder, but still, once the guy is in your hands, there's no way you're letting go.
Just like let go and let him drown.
Yeah.
Because like I said, these lifeguards weren't on duty. It wasn't like there's a lifeguard stand right there and he's like, well, whatever, I'll just get the lifeguards. Like, they were just two guys sitting on the beach eating lunch. They could have not known how to swim. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't know that when he like waved for their help. Yeah. So like, I just can't believe that he was just like touching him and was just like, actually, nah.
Okay, and I have to show this, like, just because this is like the way that you rescue someone with a shallow water blackout is you hold their jaw up like this, and then you cover their mouth and nose. I don't want to make Britt feel gross, so I'm not going to do it the whole way, but you like squeeze all this stuff so that they don't breathe in water on your way up if they suddenly come to or whatever. And you're supposed to, and you like wrap your arm underneath theirs so that you're holding them, and it makes it so easy.
Yeah.
And like, even if you
didn't know that, I feel like you
wouldn't grab the
pretty much all weight belts are quick release, so you just have to like pull it, and then it will fall off. And then he's wearing a wetsuit, he would have floated up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or was that wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He'd have to have blown out all his air. He'd have to be very muscular and no like fat on his body, and have a super heavy weight belt for it to be any ounce of difficulty down there. Like, pulling someone around swimming is very easy actually, like, because they're neutrally buoyant. So Brittany's short now. So it's like they're just a big sack of water that you can streamline with, and it makes it so easy. So
so yeah, the guy should have been able to do it, and then the lifeguards should have been trained in how to rescue people like that, and literally should have taken them like if you're good at it, probably like 20 seconds, you're like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, so
like it wasn't 100 feet deep.
So we just had to jump on and talk about that because this was just a frustrating episode. And one more thing, the guy's down there, and I'm gonna cut back, I'll re-record this to make sure that you guys can see it. He's down there looking at a bounty of beautiful fish to take home. If I saw this in front of me, Omilu and Mu, and like, I'm taking a shot right there. I don't need to go up and tell my buddy, oh, there's fish down there that are good, maybe we should shoot one. Ah!
Also, the first time he was down there so much longer, just cruising and chilling, like, didn't come up for the surface, like, out of breath, and then he, like, talks to his friend, and he's, like, fine, and then he dives back down, doesn't even make it to the bottom, when before he was, like, all cruising around the bottom, and then he blacks out. It makes literally no sense. That would never happen in real life. So, anyways, we still like the show, and we're still gonna watch it.
We're still gonna watch it.
But just, I wish that they made it more realistic,
hey, Fox and Rescue High producers, if you need a consultant to talk to us about real situations that could happen, I've been through plenty. I've gotten concussed in the ocean. I've been rescued by lifeguards multiple times, luckily never from drowning, but just from being in dangerous situations. And so I know what real rescues are like, and I feel like I could help you out. Maybe you should talk to a lifeguard, though. That might be good, too. Talk to a real lifeguard.
There was a real lifeguard on the show.
I know, that's what's so annoying. Okay, we got to close this video out. It's been too long. We keep going on and on. Okay, so thanks for watching. You guys enjoyed this video. Smash like, smash subscribe, and say thanks for watching. That's all the stuff we saw. Bye.
She'll probably wave bye later.